back to my channel for another Plan With Me video. Today we will be setting up my bullet journal for the month of April. And as you probably noticed, I woke up this morning with a little bit of a cold, so I apologize for my voice in this video. We're going to go ahead and jump right into planning. I already have some of the layouts sketched out in pencil to save some time, and now I am just using a Tombow Mono fine liner in size 02 to draw horizontal lines for the top and bottom of the calendar. I wanted this layout to be more simple and minimal than some of my past months. Some of the setups required a lot of markers or paints and other materials, and I was just wanting something where I could carry just 2 or 3 pens around and be able to set up new pages without having a lot of materials with me all the time. For the calendar itself, I wrote the numbers of the month vertically on the left-hand side of the page, and then I wrote the days of the week next to the numbers. I also quickly made a mini calendar in the top right corner. For me, it's easier to see the days of the month laid out in a typical calendar format instead of just a row of numbers. Sometimes the row of numbers is a little confusing to me, so I almost always include a mini calendar somewhere in my spreads. After I finished with the mini calendar, I went back and made sure everything was erased really well from where the numbers were, and then I used a Tombow dual brush pen. I believe this is the color 990, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just a very light tan, and I drew a line in between Saturday and Sunday to mark where each week begins and ends. I continued these lines across both of the pages, as this whole page is going to be for my calendar and keeping track of tasks and events for the month. I am again going to be using the Tombow Mono drawing pen in size 02 for writing these headers. The headers are for the categories socials, tasks, and events, and I just use these sections to write down the most important of each of those categories for the day. I also used the Tombow marker again to draw vertical lines to separate the categories, and I will be doing the same thing on the other page in a minute. I decided to make things simpler. I was going to put my habits on this first page as well instead of having a separate page for them. So this small section here is just a few habits. I don't remember all of them are, but I just track a few things that I want to make sure that I'm doing here, or that I want to make sure I'm not doing too much of, like drinking coffee. I did get confused for a minute because I had more squares than I expected to, so I got to add in 1 or 2 extra habits, which was kind of nice. Then I titled the far right section Notes and erased all of the pencil mark on this page before adding another vertical line between events and habits. I used the very light tan Archer and Olive acrylograph marker and wrote in Easter. I was having some trouble with this pen, you'll see more later, but I ended up only using this pretty much on this page and then a tiny bit on the next page. For the April header, I again used the Tombow brush pen and made a very large brush cap title of April 2022. I thought that this style of writing is very simple and would go well with this theme while still adding a little color and interest. I also used the Tombow Mono drawing pen to add some slight shadows on the left-hand side of the letters. As we flip over to the next page, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here. Normally this entire page is a page full of trackers, but I wanted to do something a little more simple this month, so I'm only going to have 1 tracker on this page. If you're new here, I always make it horizontally the same number of squares as there are days of the month, and vertically it is numbered from 1 to 10. I also will go in a minute and put a tan line in between the Saturday and Sundays of this calendar. It makes it easier for me to know which week I am supposed to be marking down results in. The rest of this page is going to be space for a few different categories of notes and brain dumps and task lists, basically just writing whatever I need to here. I have a lot of things to do this month, so I titled one Squeaky Sketches and the other is titled Photography, and I'm just going to use those spaces to write down whatever I think of that I need to do or get, or anything along those lines. I am preparing for a craft fair in the first week of May, so I have a lot of things that I need to make or paintings I need to finish, things I need to print and cut, and all that fun stuff, so I thought it would be helpful for me to just have some space to write down anything that comes to mind that I need to finish. This section on the left-hand side is going to be for gratitude. Here you can see again I tried to use the Archer and Olive acrylograph pen and I was having a lot of issues with it. The ink wouldn't come out or it was coming out uneven and there were just a lot of problems. I had to go over the lines a ton to get them to show up and be noticeable, and the pen made a mess all over and was oozing ink, and yeah, it was a very interesting time. So I just decided not to use this for any more of my setups after I finished this gratitude box. You can see here how the ink is oozing out the end of the pen and kind of getting all over. I'm not really sure why it's doing this because my other pens have been fine. But I used a Tombow mono fine liner again to write gratitude at the top of the box. Then I grabbed these new pens that I just recently got. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me talk about the black pen that is from Le Pen. I love it, it works really well. And I saw these at Walmart the other day, so I decided I should get them and see how they work. And I have been loving them so far. I have been using them for color coordinating in my planner, and it has the right colors, a wide enough range of colors, and of course the pens write really nicely. So I'm going to try to transition to using just this one pack of pens anytime that I need color coordination in my planner or bullet journal. So far I'm enjoying them, but I'm going to just try it out for a while and see how it works, and hopefully just use only those in the future. Finally, we are going to be making the last spread for this video, which is the first weekly spread of April. I wanted this to be very simple and minimal, and I also decided that this month I would set it up ahead of time, which I don't always do. But I just made very long horizontal boxes. There are 6 for now because Friday and Saturday are in the same box in the bottom right corner, and I haven't decided how I'm going to divide those yet. But I am just writing the days of the week with the date along the top using the small end of the Tombow brush pen, and then I am using a ruler again to draw black lines through about where the middle of the days are. I like how minimal and simple it looks when the boxes are not complete, when it's just the horizontal lines, not the vertical. So I really enjoy the way that this page turned out, and I might end up using this for most of this month's weekly spreads. I forgot that I had washi tape that I wanted to use with this theme, so I just went back and erased some lines and found places to put this washi tape. I also forgot initially that I was going to make tabs for every month, so I made the tab for April and folded the extra washi tape over, trimmed off what I needed to, and basically just tried to find a way to balance the washi tape where it wasn't always in the same corner or always on the same part of the page. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing me set up this theme. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and let me know down below in the comments whether you like more minimal or artistic themes. Thank you guys again for watching this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.